Um, I wasn't planning on making this video today. I kind of have to now. Um, Regardless when you see this video, whether you see it or not. Later today, I'm supposed to be releasing this video that I was making in regarding the whole Naruto manga in general. I completely forgot the fact that this Boruto manga was coming out this week. Um, and I kind of wanted to create it as a prep for this chapter. Um, and then this chapter came. I saw Sour7 Mage post a video with the title like Grant, and I said a while back, I said like I'll have to judge this by myself. I'll have to read it myself and give my own opinion. Now that I have this channel, I'd rather express this opinion through video because there are things that upset me. I have not watched any review videos about this chapter. It's just that since you probably already seen it, like, so we're supposed to assume, right, that Naruto's dead. He died. I'm curious to see how they're going to play this out because if you watch the Boruto movie, and there's a reason why I'm bringing this up, if you watch the Boruto movie, there was a point where he could have gotten killed by really powerful beings. Boruto the movie has been confirmed to be canon, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know how I feel about this rocking like start. This was an interesting quote unquote first chapter because it makes me question whether or not um, the writer is up to this task for taking over this huge series. You have to have some serious ass pulls to make a decent villain in the Naruto series, especially after we got all this shit with Naruto and Sasuke being overpowered. Sasuke in the Sharingan, Naruto combining his power with the fox and having Sage Mode. And this chapter introduces us to this villain Kawaki, who is facing Boruto on what seems to be the stones where the Mount Rushmore of the Hidden Leaf Village was. And I have the chapter right here. Like I'll be sending you to meet the seventh Boruto. He's gonna, like, he means that like that Naruto is dead, right? I just need to confirm this for myself. Um, Fine. Naruto said, like I said, in the Boruto movie, there were beings that had potential to kill him. I can accept that. I just hope that this writer doesn't go retconning the Boruto movie, because it seems that that's what he's been doing this entire chapter. So this is going to be one chapter every month, right? I'm curious to see where this is going because so far all that we've gotten, aside from that little introduction, is the Boruto movie. If you watched the Boruto movie, this is what you're getting in manga form. Why? He starts off by saying, like, this is my story, like, I'm Boruto, this is my story, like, don't get confused, like, Naruto was my father, and he's part of my story, but this is my story. I get it. But couldn't you have gone from the movie onward, or at least give us a little bit of introduction about who the characters were? If you're trying to introduce new readers to the story, then yes, introduce us to the characters little by little, but leave off from where your predecessor finished. It had some good moments. I'll be honest with you. I enjoyed the chapter on certain points, like the little bit of extra where where we have the Ino Chikacho combo, like they're talking with one another, and then this girl, I keep forgetting her name, the girl who was in Konohamaru's team, she hands them papers for the shooting in the Sam, and she's like, oh yeah, and like Tamari and Ino gave me these papers and to give it to their child, and they read and they get like fucking scared and like, all right, we gotta enter. That was good. Um, but all but furthermore, this is probably one of the shortest reviews I'm gonna need to do because, despite being like about 33 pages, this chapter really had nothing new. If you watch the Boruto movie, which if you're a Naruto fan, I'm guessing you have. If it was within your capabilities, you either watched it in the theaters because it appeared in the American theaters, or you watched it some other way, like you imported the DVD from Japan or some shit like that. But this this chapter was just the a recap of not even the whole movie. It was a recap of like the introduction to the Boruto movie. If this goes on, then this means that we will probably get a good 3 months of the Boruto movie, and maybe with an alteration that maybe they give some extra information about this Kawaki character, um, and maybe Naruto does die within the final fight of the movie. Maybe that's how they're going to retcon it. It's possible. Maybe this foreshadowing was something for way in the future for a stronger character, which by this time I don't even like. I'm curious to see like what kind of characters, how powerful are these characters going to be that they could rival gods. Because the Sage of Six Paths, he was a god and he passed down powers to Sasuke and Naruto that were godlike. So I mean, I don't know. Art style, I'm still there were moments where the art was alright. It reminded me throughout certain areas. It reminded me of the classic Naruto style, and I understand this artist wants to do a little bit of something his own, but for the moment, I might need to get used to it at least because right now is it feels awkward a little bit seeing like certain shots that resemble the Naruto characters, but then are drawn worse or differently because it's like going to it's like, let's pretend you're having a dream, right, that you enter this house, your house, and then you see your mom and your father, but they're not your mom and your father. They're people dressed like your mom and your father. They look almost exactly the same, but their eyes are a little bit weird. You can tell that's not them. That's how I felt reading this chapter. I view it at this art style. And I'm just looking at the image right now of that first page again because, like, I think that's my major shock right now. Yeah, I'm curious to see next month's chapters. I mean, this being a monthly thing, I guess I'll review these chapters. I was going to go completely blind into this series because I saw the art style. I was put off by it, but I said fuck it, I'll give it a try. I am a Naruto fan. Um, you'll see that in my other video if you scroll through my channel. If you want to stay updated about my opinion about how the Boruto series is currently going, then hit that subscribe button. What did you? If there's not much that I can really say, just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below what you thought about this episode. Chapter? Did you enjoy the art style? Do you enjoy that we're getting a recap of this Boruto movie? What do you think of the assumed Naruto death? And that's what pisses me off a little bit, to be honest, because Barnes and Nobles, if you're from America, Barnes and Nobles, if you're in Japan, like they have volumes which are dedicated to manga versions of the Naruto movies. So I don't see the purpose of this. Unless he could have, if he wanted to retcon something, he could have started us off a little bit further or explained the most important pieces of the movie in bits that lead up to this. But 33 pages of recap material, that's that's like a filler episode of Naruto. That's like a wasted a hole. And you got my attention, Naruto's death. You got my attention, first page. Um, but like, yeah, fuck this for now.